Hi, Weirdos! My name is Ashley.
And my name is Lauren.
And you are watching Keep It Weird, the podcast for all things strange, unusual, paranormal, supernatural, creepy, sticky, gross, scary, and everything in between. And this is a very special segment that we do exclusively here on YouTube. It is our news segment, This Week in Weird! This Week in Weird, as I said before, is our news segment. It's where we bring you the strangest, darkest, creepiest, ickiest, saddest sometimes, but most importantly, weirdest news stories from all around the world. And today, Lauren's telling us a story, and I have no idea what it is.
Well, it's funny because you called me out last week for giving the wrong kind of descriptions before she told a very sad story.
Oh.
And this week I have a really uplifting story.
Yay!
And your descriptions were dark, sad, horrible.
Sad.
This one is actually uplifting and a little science-y, which we also like to get into on the show. And honestly, the story, as good and wonderful as it is, makes me feel like a trash person, and you'll find out why.
Oh, good.
First, before I get into the story, what do you think you were doing when you were in 8th grade? What were your hobbies? What were you into?
MSN Messenger.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was AOL Instant Messenger, the same
For
thing.
sure.
I was eating a lot of bowls of Kraft
Doritos.
mac and cheese. Ooh.
I was a big Dorito
It's big on French onion
muncher.
dip. Basically, I was
CDs.
worthless to the earth, burning a lot of CDs.
Oh,
that
I burned
was actually
so
fun.
many CDs.
That was a fun time in our lives.
I would burn albums. I actually talked about this recently with some girlfriends. We were talking about Ashley Simpson's album autobiography.
Of course, I remember it well.
Which I didn't remember. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard that. And then I went to Spotify and I listened to 8 songs. And I was like, I've heard all of these songs. You know why? Because I burnt this onto a CD. But I named it something different because apparently it's my world and Ashley Simpson's just living in it.
You could do whatever.
Yeah. So I never knew that was that. So yeah, burning CDs was
yeah, eating snacks.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what most 8th graders are doing.
Something great.
Well, there is a boy who lives in New Jersey who made his friend a prosthetic hand just in the course of 3 months in a summer. Just during the summer, as his extra little thing, made his friend a prosthetic hand.
Just 'cause.
So first, the kid who received the hand, his name is Ewan Kirby. He's a South Jersey teenager, and he's missing most of the fingers on his left hand. He lacks basic functionality that we all take for granted. He can't, pick up a lot of things. It kind of just hangs there for the most part. But his good friend, bestie, Sammy Salvano, another 14-year-old from the same neighborhood, decided to spend his entire summer creating a prosthetic hand that had the ability to open and close.
Are you kidding me?
So not just to have the looks, but to actually function and pick things up, which he has never had the ability to do. Prosthetic limbs, as we all probably know, but maybe you don't, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah,
they can range anywhere from $3,500 up to $15,000, depending on how much that you need. Insurance can cover some things, but for the most part, it's going to take your life. They help
cover
us.
The whole thing.
They help us in any way. So it's going to cost you, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and that's incredibly inappropriate for what we were talking about. It was a habit, or is it perfect?
Or is it perfect for what we're talking about?
It could have been right on the money. But basically, it's going to cost you your life savings.
Money.
But this kid decided that he could do it on his own. He is using 3D printing, which is crazy. I know 3D printers can do a lot, and we're learning things more and more, but the fact that he was able to make a prosthetic hand that looked just like the right hand of our little friend Ewan, so it matched up. It looked, as close to the other hand as possible, and he gave it functionality to open and close. It's incredible that is what he is doing right before he goes into 8th grade. Yeah, that's what he wanted to spend his time doing, was helping his friends, and he just loves engineering. He really wants to go to Drexel University in Pennsylvania, which I knew nothing about. I had to look it up, but it's a great engineering school. He's already thinking about it. I imagine he's going to graduate early based on how smart he is. But he gave you in the hand. They tested it out. There's a video online that you can watch where he actually is able to pick up his mom's car keys because it can open and close, a task he was never able to do before. He was gifted this from a wonderful friend. Salvano is not only, generous and amazing taking the time to do this, but just like, wow, what a intelligent, hardworking, cool kid. I think he's going to be like running the world in the future.
I think someone should give him a full ride scholarship.
Yeah, this is us asking for it, putting that proposal out there right now. He said besides the university, which I'm sure he'll get in and be fine, he then wants to work for Elon Musk. And I was sort of like, well, I get it, but I want you to like be Elon's boss.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. Just stay tuned. Finish school
We're going to keep a
first.
real close eye on this kid, and we're going to steer him in the right direction.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny if you were like, because I was about to say, like, this kid's got to be an engineer, right? Like, he's got to grow up to be an engineer.
He wants to be, yes.
And I thought you would just be like, actually, his passion is singing. You're like, no,
he actually
don't
plays the trombone. He's going to go to Juilliard.
Be an engineer.
No, he's
Singing
doing the
is
right
fun.
thing. It is.
Don't ruin it.
He's going to do the right thing, guys.
Yeah. Wow.
So cool. I'm obsessed with him. Sammy Salvano. And what a name. Sammy Salvano.
Sammy Salvano. He was born to be a famous engineer.
100%.
That made a prosthetic hand that works in 7th grade.
Yeah. Like what? And that's what he wanted to spend his summer doing. That's why I asked that question. Because I just feel like I was so selfish, such a brat at that age. Like if you asked me to do any chore, I would be like, you're inconveniencing me. Yeah. I have to get on AIM and put up an away message.
We would do like car washes to raise money for church and stuff.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I didn't want to. I had to.
Forced. Yep. I was forced into a lot of
I went to Lutheran school. Honestly, yeah. As a free adult, that sounds weird, but like as a free adult, I love, volunteering and I love helping. But like as a kid, when you're like in school and you have to, it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know where this money's going. I was like a conspiracy theorist in 7th grade. I don't even know what this money's going towards.
This isn't going to the church.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Or we'd raise all this money and the church would be like, we got new pews. And I'm like, people are dying.
You couldn't help the sick.
My back can hurt for an hour a week. People are fucking dying.
I was fine in the uncomfortable pew. We needed the money for the homeless thing.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is I would have never done this.
No, yeah.
Even if I had the skill.
Because you're right. Adults now, we've matured. People want to be generous. You hear about good deeds from adults, but I just could not believe that he was like, hi, I'm in 8th grade and I did this.
For my friend. So sweet.
We love him.
We do love him. And that's all the time we have this week for This Week in Weird. But wasn't it nice? Wasn't it better than the chimpanzee thing?
Sometimes we have to bring you joy.
Sometimes we have to bring you hope and joy and change. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can be the first to know when a new video is uploaded. Like this video as well. Send us type out a comment. Say, I like your lipstick today, gals. Or... nice bangs, Ash. Thank you. They're new.
Nice blonde highlights.
Nice
blonde
even highlights.
You
didn't even say. Hair. We both have new hair. No one even
Nobody cares. Nobody likes us.
This video's not out yet. Follow us on social media at Keep It Weird Cast, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. And while you're here on YouTube, scroll on over to full episodes. You can get full episodes of our podcast, Keep It Weird. You can also listen on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Libsyn, iHeartRadio, wherever it is you listen to your favorite podcasts. We're there. We're waiting on you. We got a new episode every single week. All strange, all unusual, all weird. All the time. And, as usual, keep it weird. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da.